Hello! Didn't really think I'd be making another video this week, but here we are. I had a great story with Strav last weekend that I wanted to share. Ended up bagging 5 guys across 2 sorties, 2 back-to-back sorties on the Finnish server in Yak 9Ts. Started off on the dirt airfield, took off, got up to pretty high altitude and just kind of started looking. As we flew along, the temperatures were very, very cold, so the contrail level was basically like as soon as you got off the ground, which made it really great for spotting people and looked cool to boot. As we went along, we saw 2 guys flying in kind of a loose formation down below us, so I picked the left one and had Strav go after the right. At the time of target selection, the right one was the lead. By the time I kind of caught up to them, they had swapped, and the left one was in the lead, and the right one was behind. Didn't end up mattering too much. I got good hits on my guy. Strav came down on his, I think missed, but I was able to loop around behind him and put some shots on. We pulled away because we saw some additional contrails coming in, and we wanted to not chase too far into enemy territory, not necessarily confirming kills. So we turned back, saw one diving on me. I evaded, just put hard angles on him that he wasn't able to hit the deflection shots. And Strav got in behind him, kind of came to my rescue and kept me clear. Not sure if the guy went down or not, but certainly Strav spooked him away with some hits on his airframe, and so we escaped with 2 kills from that encounter for me. Spent some time climbing back into our territory, gaining some altitude again, and our energy level back up, and then went back for more. Similar scenario, we spotted another flight of airplanes. We kind of got behind them. Well, one of them was in trail of me as we chased, and Strav was actually behind him, so we thought, hey, maybe we can kind of sandwich this guy. So that's what we did. I flew back, and Strav went after him. Got some hits on him again, Strav did, with some good shooting. I stayed high, just kind of watching to see if he'd need my help. Well, lo and behold, 5 bandits ended up behind Strav. 5 of them were in pursuit. Just this whole cluster, all like tunnel visioned, dead set on catching Strav. Strav actually had the altitude advantage, so they weren't really gaining on him, but they were all just trailing him. Well, I had kind of looped around wide, and so I was actually behind all 5 of them. So I picked the one in the furthest back, saddled up on him, put some rounds at him. I think he ended up surviving, but certainly no factor, and had to disengage. Blasted through the group of all, I guess the remaining 4, and they seemingly just took no notice of me because I went high, looped around, and came back down behind me. There was one 109 that seemed like he was paying attention to me as I was behind him, and he kind of veered off. Then there was really just one left chasing Strav, at least close enough to be a threat. So I saddled up on him, shot him down.
Got him. He's on fire.
I then noticed I had a 6, so I kind of dove for the cloud deck. Strav kept running with altitude. They just didn't seem to be able to catch him. And we both got away. Strav ended up coming back down below clouds where I was. We linked back up and headed back to the airfield. Just could not believe that we tangled with that many bandits and got away with it with some kills. So 3 kills in that sortie. Got some fresh planes, took back off again. It was getting a little bit dark by this time, which really is when the contrails become extraordinarily helpful. Climbed back up to altitude and kind of went right back to the same area we had been in before. Spotted another pair and basically just did the same thing. Dove down, got behind them, put guns on, and we got another one.
Had to avoid the
I think the second one escaped. but we got out of there again.
Let's,
Basically,
get below
flew
cloud
back,
and head west then.
back to our side of the line, regained altitude, and kept scanning. Well, finally we spotted one more flying pretty low, alone. So we bounced him. And this guy, I tell you, I should look up and see who it was. Some very good evasive work. Like he made us work to bring him down. I mean, we had every advantage, and we just could not land the hits. He got really slow, but he seemed like he had a really good sense of when to turn to make the shots hard, and so on and so forth. Anyway, eventually did bring him down. Almost collided with him in the process, but did bring him down. And then we went home, so that was another 2 kills in that sortie. So we landed just as it was getting real dark, and called it a day. But pretty good set of sorties. Was nice flying with Strav as always. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah, 090 should be fine.
Hello.